Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Daily High with your host, Matt McGregor and Tone Vase. Happy Friday evening, happy Friday morning, Tone. How are you, mate?
I'm good. I'm good. My last full day down here in Panama, and then it's off to the woods. So you guys will see me streaming from the North Pennsylvania woods all of next week.
How far are you from Pennsylvania, Dutch country out there without giving away
Um,
your.
I don't know. I've never really gone into Pennsylvania, Dutch country. I'm assuming that's far west. Maybe a few hours.
Yeah, that'd be funny. I like watching
Though,
documentaries on those.
though I do need to make friends with one of those farms. I really want some raw milk. Like the one thing that has never really been a part of my diet is raw milk. Raw meat, yes, but not raw milk. I need to get my hands on that.
No, just grow your beard a bit longer and knock on the door and see what they
Yeah.
say. All right, well let's smash this out. Tone, you go first. I went first the last few days. Let's finish the week strong here. Not the
All right.
Bitcoiners.
Let's go. Man, I'm gonna try to stay optimistic here. I don't know if you caught our stream with Mark Wood yesterday. Mark always has such detailed charts.
Yeah, Mark's awesome. He's fantastic.
So we're right in line. I know this feels kind of crappy that we continue to consolidate, but we could not be like I have to like literally zoom in like this to see the current path in line with prior paths since the halving. We are this was April 20th. Today is June 14th, so almost June 20th. So to May to into June, 2 months in, and you can't even spot this black line. It's just lost in the middle of the purple, blue, and green. These are the three more recent epics. I do have the red one, which was the original, 4 years or 3 years since the price didn't show up until a year in. And yeah, it's indistinguishable. And we're likely to have at least another full month of this before we see any kind of movement. Ideally, I want to see that movement up, but technically, two of the lines were sitting way below current price as late as here, as late as mid-August. So
Do you
I
know
would
which,
like
off
to,
the top of your
yeah.
head, Tone, what order they're in there? Like what each
Yeah, no, of
color?
course. Of course. The red is the original
Yep.
2010 until 2013. Then the blue is the 2013 up until that's the 2013 bull market. So this is the halving that happened right in the beginning of 2013. Then the green is the 2021, and sorry, the purple was the latest one. So purple was the one we just finished, and the
Mhm.
green was that in between one. So the green was the 2017 bull market, the blue is the 2013 bull market, and the purple is the 2021 bull market.
Yeah, thanks, man.
All right. So the big 2017 bull market would have been lower than us at the moment. But that's the one that went higher, all the way to 19K from like $700. The purple is higher, but it didn't go as high. So it's kind of like when do you want to be, when do you want to feel happy? Now or later, but be more happy?
Reminds me of the Seinfeld joke. Far quick. Do you want the quick acting medicine or the long lasting medicine? When do you want
Right,
to feel better?
exactly.
Now or later?
Exactly. This one is quick acting, but this one is long lasting. Which one do you choose at the pharmacy? That's exactly right. So that's basically our purple versus green. Okay, let's get to the current price chart. When you zoom out, it's not that bad. When you zoom in, it looks terrible. So we're zoomed out, and this is starting to really feel like what happened back here. So I'm gonna do a copy. I'm gonna grab this thing. I'm gonna start with this big candle, and I'm gonna end with this big candle. And now, ooh, it's a line chart. I wonder if I can make it a candlestick chart. Um, This one? Yeah. And what is this one? Oh, okay. So this is what it looked like last time. I'm
Mm.
gonna make this not as bright, and I'm gonna maybe put it behind visibility, and maybe I can send it to the back. Visual order, send to back. Okay, there it is. So this is what it looked like last time, and it's very, very similar. So let's see if we end up repeating a similar pattern. This is still way too bright. Um, I'm gonna put it really dim and in the back, like that.
Well, it'd be terribly frustrating if we had this, to be honest, because what we're about to see right now, if it was to mirror the previous cycle, would be to break my modified lucid. So I turn the wave green, and then spend the next few weeks going all the way down and flipping it back red again. Then spending the next few weeks spinning it, flipping it bullish again before we finally kicked off, which was terribly annoying for me and my community.
Right. It was a little annoying for me as well. And but this is what it kind of looks like, and then the eventual breakout, right? So maybe I'll redo this in a little bit cleaner way, but this is what it looks like so far. We're right on pace with the last one, and I don't really want to see us come back down. This is indicating that we're still sitting at $57,000 at the end of August, and that would kind of suck. All right, so that's the weekly chart. On the MRI front, it's looking really, really good. And I would love to see an MRI buy opportunity sometime next month. And then we rally off of that. Like, I would rather see us do something like this. I don't really have one. And man, so instead of two, it's kind of, well, yeah. So we rallied here. And no, I can't do it with this one, but I'm trying to find an example.
Right there. Take it from June in the same year. That would work fine. Halfway through, instead of double is back in the middle there. Doesn't matter. Yep, all
Right,
good.
one of these, right? Like I want to see like one of these where it didn't take that long for us to rebound. Like for example, this big 50% crash wasn't crazy painful because it didn't take as long. So this took from May up to June. So this took May to July. Sorry, this only took 2 months, and then we went up really quickly, and then we found a beautiful secondary high. So that only took 2 months. This has already lasted 2 months. So if it lasts another 3 months with another downswing, that's going to suck. But the MRI is saying, hey, maybe this thing will reverse in 3 to 4 weeks. Now, the allocation chart. The allocation chart is concerning. We have 2.5 days left. I'm going to use the strategy of hope and pray. But if we break the long-term moving average and we break this horizontal line that I've drawn, the moment we break 65,000, this is getting cut because that's where it went 100% bullish. And there's no way I'm going to let my account go into the red. So yes, I didn't take profit here because I was super bullish here waiting for the breakout. And I'm ready to do it again, right? I'd rather go back to square one, come back in, and I'd rather leverage my position later because the big breakout is coming and I want to be in that big breakout. And if we break the long-term average, yes, I've been bullish the entire time. I've never gone bearish. I just haven't been as bullish in some times. And I am going to cut this position the moment we go below 65. I don't want to see us break 65. Maybe I will let it hang until 64 and a half. That's not a big difference there because of this 128-day moving average and the daily MRI buy. So this is another good thing that's happening. So I'm starting to get optimistic, not at the current candle, but what I see coming down the pipe. What I see coming down the pipe is this weekend having a daily MRI buy, being very close to my favorite moving average, the 128 day. If we can somehow pull off a reversal candle like this, exactly like this, bouncing off the 128 day with an MRI, with a nice long shadow along the bottom, right in here, right in this between 67 and 65 range, bouncing off of that, that would be like another one of these all in. I was all over this candle. I know Matt and I, we debated this candle a little bit. I was all over this. This time around, it's way better, even for you. I don't know if Diamond's gonna show up or not. Probably not. It probably would have to crash all the way down to maybe 61. For the I'm guessing we haven't had a green diamond in forever,
Mm.
right? On
Right,
alphanumerics.
right.
It's been a while. So I don't think
Fair.
it'll come in here, but probably down there. I don't want to see down there. I don't want to see us approaching the MRI support line. I want to see us hold this area. I want to see another one of these MRI buys, and I will be all over this buy to dip. Short-term chart, this is the one that's really bad. So it's the short-term chart that looks terrible. We are on a green star candle. That's great. But we can also hit an MRI sell opportunity at a lower swing high being rejected by moving averages. I think this line is going to break. I am I have very little confidence that these lows are going to hold. I think we're going lower, but it's very possible that the next low will hold and the next low shows up between 64 and 65,000, basically. That's the low. That's I have it across all charts. Even on the weekly, that's our 20 period moving average. On my 4-day, that's the 30 period moving average. On the daily, that's the 128. And on the 4 hour, there is nothing. Or on the 1 hour, there is nothing, but maybe there'll be like an MRI indication there. The 1 hour chart, just I don't like this slow move up. I mean, to me, this is a recipe for a flip to the downside. So I don't like it. I'm not very confident on the short term here, but sometime this weekend, like I'm expecting next week to be good. This has been a bad week for Bitcoin ETFs. They have sold a lot more than they have bought. For some reason, Fidelity sold 1,500 Bitcoins yesterday while BlackRock bought 200. That is a very strange dynamic. I understand why GBTC would always be selling, but I would not have expected this discrepancy between Fidelity selling so much and GBTC, and BlackRock buying. The day before, Fidelity actually ended up buying 700. BlackRock still bought 200. So BlackRock's being the most consistent ETF here. Definitely is going to be a red week on ETF selling. I don't expect today to be a big bounce. And yeah, we see where we go from there. Meanwhile, the S&P continues to rage on. All right, I'll give it off to you, Matt.
Yes, thanks, mate. Look, I'll be really, really brief. It's been a frustrating week to say the least. Bitcoin continues to show signs of weakness. Every rally is being hammered back down, and until we see some follow through, it's really concerning, to be honest, that there is a possibility of further downside. But I'm still a believer, and we'll have a look at the charts in a second. Before we do that, please like and subscribe. Please share it with your friends. Please join the Discord group. Beta testing is now being done on Bangbox. We haven't had a signal yet, but I'm just looking at the charts now on my second monitor. Man, we keep flirting with very, very close to getting a long signal here, but it just, as I said, just keeps getting hammered back down. So we'll go into the charts and we'll have a quick look, okay? It is Friday. Happy Friday to everybody. I'll just start now on the daily time frame. I got stopped out of that trade last night and took a bit of a bath on the trade. In fact, it popped up a bit throughout the. I'll go to the like an hourly time frame or something like that. It doesn't matter. It did pop up a little bit. It got quite close to my entry, but then when it started to fade again, when we did the show last night, I think the price was about $1,000 below my entry, and I pulled it about $500 below the entry. It got all the way up to about $100 near it, and then when I saw it starting to fade, I was like, "It's like 1 in the morning. I got to go to bed here." So I pulled it. I am back in a trade right now. It's at 60. I got back in very low at 66,300. doubled the position. So I'm about 69,933 right now. I have no confidence in this trade. I like that the daily time frame, the MRI count is drawing near. I don't like the bearish cross on alphanumerics here, but often bearish crosses will come in and then they'll flip around. It's not a long-term position until it proves to me that it is a long-term position. We're still completely in that zone that we've been in right now. I'm trying to think of like what kind of pattern this is starting to look like, but it's just range bound. I try not to think about that too much. 12-hour time frame. Let's have a quick gander. Still below all the moving averages now. We're stuck between the 7 simple moving average and the 200 simple moving average. Nothing to write home about, but you can see that a modified Lucid Sahara is really starting to get down to a really good price, to be honest, for a crack and breakout trade. Next week, it'll be even lower again, slightly lower again, and go lower throughout the week. We might end up breaking that Lucid SAR at 70,000 with mass momentum to punch on through to the other side, which I'd really like to see. But time will tell. 4-hour time frame as we go through. We're above the 7 simple moving average. All the moving averages are trending down except for the 200 right now. It's not a good sign, but I mean, it's not even rounding off yet. We'll see. MRI counts interesting, but as Tone says, we got a cluster right here. Let's say we pull back up to the top of the 200 and the 30 simple moving average here and starting to look good again. I think that could easily get hammered back down. Double bottoming pattern. Don't know. I mean, I'm long, but I'm not confidently long. We'll just see how it plays out. Finished it with a weekly time frame. This is what is key for me, really. It's been a bad week, coming off a disappointing end to the last week, but still the second highest weekly close we've ever had. We're still above the 7 simple moving average. We're still above the 30, 50, 200, above all the moving averages on alphanumerics in order, in sequence, on a relatively good MRI count. Next week's MRI will start from 1, 2, 3, 4. If we close down here, it'll open a red candle, which is not ideal because a bad red candle closing below the 7 simple moving average with the week after being a red diamond candle, I'd be looking for 56 at that point or in that zone down here. But as it stands, that's all speculation. We're still above all the moving averages with 2.5 days left. Let's rally through the weekend and get this back up to a manageable spot to continue the MRI count on the weekly time frame. I agree with Tone that sometimes, especially in consolidation at the top of the range, resetting an MRI count actually garners strength down the line. We reset this count here, get a 1, 2, get a 1, get a 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, and then bang, finally with a great strong green star candle after a long consolidation at the top. That's actually a lot stronger than if it was just a breakout right now. So I'm all for that. But we'll see. We just don't know. I'm coming back to you now, Tone. That is the end of the week. Another week in the books. Man, how long have we been doing these shows for? This feels like getting really comfortable just to do these shows 5 nights a week. It must be months now, right? Still don't know how to
What
unmute
was good?
yourself after.
I think we started in like January or February. I mean, we can go back on
Yeah.
the YouTube channel and check it out. Yeah, time flies really, really quickly. I do want to grab the screen share one more time. I didn't have the MRI set for on the S&P. Um, but then someone in the live chat asked me to take a look at Disney stock. Disney is on an MRI buy opportunity here. Now, personally, I think Disney is in that list of companies of evil companies. So I wouldn't want to support Disney with my dollars. But this MRI buy, Disney could recover here. But on the S&P daily chart, there is an MRI top right here. So you see how, if I go to the futures market, you see the last 4 MRI arrows, and they were all absolutely perfect. You had an MRI buy back in April, right into an MRI, well, not right into, but into an MRI sell in May. And this is what Matt is talking about, right? Once we break the count for a little bit, it can create really good momentum to take us higher. So this is what I would like to see from Bitcoin as well. A break of the count for a couple of, red numbered bars, and then get a green star candle breaking above the prior swing high gives us a lot more momentum to reach a higher price. So MRI buy into an MRI sell, a bunch of consolidation. And here we have a consolidation and that led somehow magically led to an MRI buy. I would have never thought this
Unbelievable.
candle would be an MRI
Unbelievable.
buy. Hmm?
Never seen it before. Never seen it before.
Like this, right?
Never seen a consolidation reach an MRI bottom. No.
Right. It's a consolidation that managed to get an MRI buy, which is weird, but it's great. And that led right into an MRI sell happening today. So today is where I would probably exit the market. Uh, and I'd wait for another buying opportunity sometime next week. This could be just a 1 to 4 candle correction, could be something bigger, could be a fall, back to the prior swing highs. So we'll see. But I would be a little cautious on the S&P today, and I would probably be exiting already. All right, and on that note, we can go ahead and end the show. Let me get off screen.
Awesome. Great show, Tone. Great show. Great week. Thank you guys for watching and always supporting. Have a wonderful weekend. Please like, subscribe, share it with your friends. Use the affiliate links in the description below and join the Discord group for Christ's sake. Have a wonderful weekend. See you next Monday.